What's shaking YouTube? It's the Angel of Authenticity here with our first secret for the Illuminated Shadow portion of my channel. It says, back when I was in my 20s, during the housing market crash, my wife and I moved in with my sister-in-law and my niece. Unbeknownst to my wife, I was a washed-up web designer that was having a hard time keeping ends meet. I discovered a porn site where I could sell my wife's panties, and I did that. When we moved in with the niece and the sister-in-law, I decided 3 is better than 1. And so as I'm collecting panties and selling them, it starts to get noticed. My niece was accused of it because during a Christmas party, I was almost caught in her bedroom while I was trying to find good product to sell. I panicked and I shoved the underwear that I had already collected from the sister-in-law and my wife from the dirty hamper upstairs. I shoved them behind the dresser of my niece's room, in my niece's room, as not to be discovered. Fast forward 6 months from then, when they painted my niece's room and they pulled out the dresser and they found the stolen underwear. She was kicked out of the house for this. She turned to the streets and drugs, and I've been secretly supporting her habit, or at least some of it, for almost a decade. The guilt that I have is overwhelming. I feel like I ruined my niece's life, all over some panties and a little extra income. I did this all the way up to that day, and that was the last time I ever did it. I often wonder what would happen with my niece's life had I not chose to go that route. Signed, Anonymous. Now, this is just a secret releasing spot. This isn't for judgment or a question and answer segment. I think if it wasn't for the niece and the sister-in-law thing, that you could probably have told your wife now, hey, I was selling your panties. I wasn't really selling that many websites. She probably would get a kick out of it now, especially being a little bit older. But considering the niece and the sister-in-law thing, I probably can understand why you would keep it secret. Um, your your niece probably would have turned to the streets anyway. I mean, getting kicked out for something like that, she could have done a lot of things. It's not entirely your fault. Now you enabling her and supporting her habit secretly for the last decade, that's a whole nother dynamic, and that's your own guilt talking there. So I think you need to come clean in some aspects, maybe with your wife, and maybe that would make a lot of things make sense in your marriage that you might not know that she knows about, but might settle some uneasiness. At least you're not cheating. There could be worse things you could do. That's pretty scumbaggy, I'm not gonna lie, but like, there's worse things that you could have been doing. You know, you could have had hidden cameras on there. You could have been molesting the niece. We weren't doing anything like that, of that nature. I could understand why I would eat at you, but just know that that secret's released now, and you could maybe start to heal from it. Till next time, the Angel of Authenticity reminding you to get real.